Y'all, I cannot be getting behind these $700 car payments. Every time I work on budgets and I see any car payment, even above like $600, I want to like choke on my own vomit. And before you say, Jess, the average car is like $35,000. I don't care. You don't need a $35,000 car.
Let me tell you something. Car payments are destroying Americans. $1,000 plus monthly car payments are now normal in America, quietly destroying budgets. The average new car loan just hit 68 months at 7% interest rates. I mean, back in the old days, people used to go all out for houses, which is cool. But now it seems like you got 68 months, you got 84 months, you got, I'm not even joking, 100 months. Okay, people are financing cars like people financing houses. It's getting out of control. I mean, check out some of these videos. You know, all of this car payment stuff is getting out of control. It's keeping Americans broke.
Can y'all make something make sense to me? Are y'all really out here paying $1,200 for a car note? Like, I don't know. Y'all make it make sense to me because it doesn't make sense to me. This is like, I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw like the 10th person who's talking about how they paid $1,200 for their car note. I drive a luxury vehicle, but $1,200 for a car note is not. No, that's not clicking, Steven. That's not clicking. I'm not doing that, and I don't do that. So, are y'all really out here paying $1,200? Please let me know.
It's crazy to me. People are driving around with $700 car payments, and that payment doesn't include insurance. I always tell myself when I get close to paying my car off, I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna trade it in. I'm gonna get a new one. And the moment I hit that last car payment, I said, "No, ma'am. I'm gonna drive this motherfucker till the engine fall out."
All right. So, the black one, I pay $3,100 a month. The gray one I pay $2,900 a month, so a total of $6,000 for these two. The car that is in Houston with my brother, which is the Cadillac Vistic, which I'll put in here, I pay $1,700 a month to get both of my car to wash. Every 2 weeks, $120, so total of $240 a month. Insurance is about $1,100 every 6 months for both of these cars, but for all three is $3,400 every 6 months, which is not bad. So total, I pay $7,800 worth of car notes. Every 6 months, I pay $3,500 for insurance and $240 a month for car washes. What do you think? Is that too much to pay for 3 luxury cars? Put it down in the comment below.
I just seen a video and I can't believe it. People paying over $1,000 a month for car payments. Get out of town. No way. Why? That makes no sense to me. There was a couple that were $650 a month. Most were like $800 or $900 a month. And then there was 3 that was, the highest one was $1,300 a month. A month. And it was some Hellcat. And so it wasn't brand new. It was like 2 years old, 3 years old, whatever it was. So it makes no sense to me. I don't know anybody where their car payment's over $600 a month. Nope. Nobody. I don't understand it. A mortgage is $1,200 a month, $1,300 a month, depending on where you live and the size of the house and all that crap. But I mean, my mortgage is less than $1,360 a month. I don't get it. I understand you got to have a ride and all that, but seriously, I couldn't do it. I'll never do it. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Do you guys have huge car payments? Like ridiculously huge? Because that's a lot to me.
So everybody car note is $700 or more. And don't come on here lying saying that your car note is $400 because I'm not going to believe you unless you show proof. Since I have been buying cars, I have not paid under $400 for a car note. And when my car note was $400.01. That was back in 2017. Every vehicle I have purchased since then has been at least $550 or more. So what y'all doing to these vehicles that we gotta pay so much money? And don't come out here talking about you got good credit, cause everybody don't have a 800 credit score. And it's like everybody that I seen recently that bought a car, it's been like $850, $900, sometimes $1,000. Why y'all want so much for these vehicles? Like, no, they must gonna talk to me. They must gonna drive for me or something. So what kind of vehicle you got and how much your car note is? I got a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I paid $699.39 a month.
I want to know what y'all's car payments are every month, because I refuse to believe that I am the only person with a high car payment, and I refuse to believe that my husband is the only man with a high truck payment. I don't know if y'all see it, but I literally see vehicles posted for sale now for like $100,000 to almost $200,000. And there is absolutely no way that people are purchasing these vehicles without paying a high car payment. So y'all are mad at me, and I know that I am not the only person with these high-ass car payments. I'm not. And other people just might not be telling you what their car payments are, but there are a lot of people with these high car payments for absolutely no reason. Vehicles now are not the same cost as vehicles used to be. I can look online and find a hoopty, and it's going to be like $15,000. That is wild. So please, tell me what your car payments are, because I need to prove a point that I am not the only person in this predicament. Especially people that bought their cars a few years ago during the pandemic, because that is when the cars started getting really high, which is when I bought our vehicles. So tell me, do you have a high car payment or do you have a low car payment? Because there's got to be way more high car payments than just me.
A lot of you guys are asking why my car payment is $1,000 a month, and here's why. So I told you guys I got my first car when I was a senior. It was the car of that year. I had a backup camera, I had a push start, everything, right? 9 months later, I crashed it and I totaled it, and my parents had already almost paid it off. So then they pulled me out another car, the same one, but I had to pay it. So I started paying it. I was giving payments, and I was almost done. I had less than 10,000, right? I always kept up with the maintenance, everything. And I don't know why, but there was so many recalls on this car to the point where it almost left me on the freeway a couple times, okay? By this time, I already had my son. He was a baby at that time. And it got to the point where it wasn't even safe for us to be driving in that car. Not even on the freeway, not anywhere. So my mom was like, it was time to upgrade. So I was like, all right, bet. So then I went in, and at that time, it was 2021. I got a 2021 Acura ILX, super nice, brand new, nice interior, everything, right? Never really gave me problems. And I got married. We have 3 kids now. Fast forward to now. And we just didn't fit in that little car anymore. We needed a SUV, like a mom car. So I traded in this car, my car for this car, and I'm actually carrying $10,000 of negative equity from my very first car. But I had no choice. Like at that point, it was not safe to drive that car. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to have to swallow it and take the L. So that's why my car payment is so high, but it's totally worth it for me because yes, I have my mom car and we have our room. And look at this car seat. Look at how big it is. It takes up a lot of space because it turns. And my kids are comfortable. We have the stroller in the back. So to me, yes, it's $1,000, but it's our safety and we have the room that we need. And I love my car.
A month, and then $200 for full coverage insurance, you know? Like the truck is nice, guys, but my anxiety is fucking going crazy. $750 like a month. That did it too. 100 and under 130,000 miles.
The older I get, the more I realize that everyone is just like in massive debt and they don't seem to care about it. Over Christmas break, my car actually broke down and I was told I need a brand new engine for like $18,000. I was like, obviously not. I'm going to sell the car, get a new one. So I've been heavily on like car TikTok and like looking at different cars and people sharing their brand new cars that they got, Toyotas, Hondas, etc. And in the comments, people will be like, oh, like how much is your monthly payment? And people are casually being like, oh, I have like $1,000 monthly payment for a Toyota. Don't get me wrong, Toyotas nowadays, super expensive. But like I grew up with a dad who was like, if you have more than a $300 to $500 car payment a month, like you can't afford that car. Like if you can't afford to put enough down to where you can have a lower car payment, like you can't afford the car. And it's not people that are then like buying used cars. It's like they're buying a brand new 2026 Grand Toyota Highlander and they're having like $1,000, even an $800 car payment is insane. Or like a $1,200 car payment. And people are like in the comment sections on all of these car videos like, oh, that's not that bad. Oh, that's not that bad. Like, are we okay? I'm trying to save up for my new car and I am purposely not having a car for the next like 6 to 12 months while I save a bigger deposit because I don't want to have a huge like monthly payment on a car. And I feel like that's more normal / I should just go and get like a little beater while I wait. But like guys, it's not normal to have $1,000 monthly car payments. Like that is not a normal thing. Like you cannot afford a car if you're paying $1,000 a month for it. Especially if it's a like 2026 like brand new freaking car. Like you don't need that then. I just think it's like insane. And I'm realizing that like everyone is like so casually in debt, and like the thought of even having a car payment freaks me out because my previous car didn't have a car payment because it was kind of old. And like now having a car payment, I'm so incredibly conscious of like I don't want a high car payment after not having one. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like it's genuinely sickening seeing people say that they just casually have $1,000 a month of a car payment for a brand new Toyota. Like, what are you doing?
And I don't know. I just feel like a $500 plus car note is absurd. But also walking, not having a car and not having transportation is even more absurd. So like, what do we do in this economy? Because you need a car, there's no way around it. Everybody can't go to a car place or dealership and just drop down cash. And I'm not even sure that's something that you should or would need to do. How much are y'all paying for these car notes? Like how much are y'all spending on car notes plus car insurance? Because it's honestly getting even more ridiculous, but I low-key can't even be mad at people for paying that much money because what do? You need a vehicle. People who don't have a car will tell you just how annoying and how hard it is not having transportation, not having a vehicle that you can just count on to have 24/7, or even having a reliable vehicle. Having a vehicle that's not reliable, that's always breaking down and causing you problems is just as worse as not having a vehicle. So what do you do if you need reliable transportation?
You want to know what happens if you don't pay your car payment or your car note through Ally? It's been a year and I'm still sitting here staring at my car. And this is a little vulnerable and this might be too much information, but I owe $4,000 on this car. They offered me $2,200 to pay it off. I said, y'all come and get this car right now. I call them every Monday, coming up on a year, telling them to pick this car up. A Hyundai Elantra. I hate it. I don't want it. The tags are off. It's clean. The key is in the damn seat. I ain't seen a record company yet. But God forbid, if this was in my 20s and I needed that car, I think it's more hassle for them to come and get the car than it is for me to keep it. So what I'm thinking they're going to do is they're going to put it on my credit report, which that's a scam anyways. I don't give a fuck about no credit. If I can't buy it with cash, baby, I don't need it. And they're going to put it on my credit and they're going to send me the title. That's the only thing I could think of because they're for sure not coming if I could get it. But I don't know what to do. You know, I don't. It don't start. The battery might be dead. The engine, I think, is blown. But it's still sitting there. That damn car. Ain't paid a car note in a year. Oh, and you guys are probably going to fucking wring my ass about, oh, how are you going to do this and how are you going to do that? Don't worry about me, okay? That's all I got to say.
I'm just going to be honest. When y'all start talking about y'all paying $600, $700 car notes, I be quiet. I be quiet. Zip. I don't say nothing. And I be quiet because the economy is not even set up for the average person to pay $600 or $7 for a car note, to be honest. And that's why I be quiet, because I just be like, wow. Just wow.
How is it that the average car payment in the US is $700 a month? Like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but if you are taking on a $700 a month car payment, I'm sorry, but you are not all the way there in the head, and I think you need to listen to this video. I know that everybody needs to have a car, but it does not mean that you need to have a 2026 or 2027 brand new vehicle. You can drive a normal car like I have, pay it off, or take on a car payment, but it's only $200 a month. You do not have to have the brand new car, the nice fancy Mercedes, or a big lifted truck. You just need a car to get you from A to B to make money. I don't really understand why people think they need to take on all this debt, because the reality is that $700 could go to investing instead. Or if you still have to have a car payment, at least you can invest the difference, right? So let's say you get a car payment for $200 a month instead of $700 a month. You make a sacrifice, and then you invest the difference, those $500 that you were gonna strap yourself down to a car payment with. Well, you better your life and invest it instead. Reality is, people who are financially smart, they get this, and they will never put themselves in a bad position when it comes to borrowing.
Your new car payment is too high, and here's why. The average new car payment in 2025 is about $750 per month. That's up from about $554 just 6 years ago. So that's essentially a 35% jump in that time. Now, there's a few reasons as to why that increase is happening. Number one, more people are financing more money. The average amount financed is now over $42,300. Number two, down payments are shrinking. The average down payment is now just $6,433. Number three, car loans are getting longer. About 22% of new vehicle loans are 84 months or longer. Now, of course, this method does lower the amount that you pay on a monthly basis, but it does increase the amount of interest that you're going to pay over the total life of the loan. Number four, interest rates are remaining historically high at around about a 7.2% APR for new vehicles. Number five, only about 1 in every 100 loans is getting a 0% financing, which is the lowest amount in decades. Number six, about 1 in every 5 new car buyers are signing up for payments over $1,000 a month. And of course, this is pushing a lot of buyers to be upside down on their loans, with about 26% of current trade-ins having negative equity, averaging about $6,700 owed at the time of trade-in. Number seven, tariffs and inflation are still adding pressure, with new auto prices still being around $50,000 and tariffs adding potentially another $2,000 to $10,000 per car. But what's your opinion on this? Should we just stop financing vehicles altogether? Do you think we should only be financing older cars and take the risk of maintenance and reliability issues? Or does it really just come down to the fact that we need to be able to make more money? Or ultimately just accept that this is the new normal at this point? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you like this video, go ahead and give me a follow. Let me know what you want to see next.
Do you understand that when you go to the car dealership, it's a negotiation? Like, it's hundreds of thousands of car dealerships in the world fighting for your money, for your deal. Negotiate. Why do y'all be accepting these crazy ass deals? Interest rate out the roof, car payment out of this world, and then be complaining about it. And then when the car that you buy depreciate, y'all want to trade it in, even though now your car is worth a portion of what you owe, and you want to roll that into your new deal. Is you fucking crazy, bro? Anytime a dealership or a financing manager speak of an interest rate that's in double digits, I'm automatically in reconsideration mode. I'm not. You crazy? Y'all got rent money to pay on cars? Y'all crazy, bro. Brother, great, man. Y'all gotta chill out. Grow up.
You know, something that I noticed lately is, given these times, car prices are high, car notes are high, right? And people keep saying, I would never pay this much for a car note. That car payment is insane. That's a mortgage payment. But you want to know what I find interesting that nobody ever talks about? That daycare bill. You want to talk about the value depreciating in a car and talk about people whose car payments are high. But
But what about that daycare bill? Daycare bill be $300, $400, $200 a week, and don't have multiple kids. You're not getting that money back. But you people will pay $1,000, $1,200, whatever it is in daycare. And trust me, I'm a mom. I've been there. But I never ragged on what anybody else decided to spend their money on. It ain't my bill anyway. Just my thought.